Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the stuff we did not get to during the course of the show today, including some tears. There were tears. There was a moment at which during the show off air, I had shared a story. If you've listened to the regular podcast, you've heard the story about the Chevy commercial that it induces tears because it's so heartstringy and it's really good. It deals with this lady who has Alzheimer's, and then her family is trying to deal with that, and her granddaughter then helps her connect with some memories, and she comes back to being lucid for a little bit to see her husband. And it's really great, and it's just a car commercial for Chevy,
Right, and it's such a change of pace because I would say the weirdest commercials out there are the ones for perfume and for cars.
Those are so weird.
Yes.
But so I shared with them how I got caught up in this one, and it made me tear up in a movie theater, and then I played it, or Betty Rock found it and played it. She is almost ugly crying at one point. Well,
because we found the longer version, the 5-minute version, and it just goes into further detail, and they really sell it. And I even said at the end when I was done, crying, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy a Chevy.
I know, yeah, exactly.
I need a new car? No.
But then Betty's like, let me up the ante here a little bit with a commercial of my own about this dog. And I was like, okay, I've already cried enough today. I'm good. This won't be an issue. Oh, and I tried to make jokes through it too, and it didn't help. I still got pulled in.
It's an organ donor commercial.
And you don't see that coming, though.
Yeah, if you want to look it up, look up organ donor dog sad commercial. It popped up for me. But it's this dog and this old man, and the man lives alone, but it shows him with his dog, and his dog is so loyal, and they're just the best of friends. But then the man holds his head like he's going to have a stroke or something. Yeah. And they take him in an ambulance to the hospital, and you see the dog running behind the ambulance. And then he waits outside the hospital.
All the feels.
Rain is pouring down.
Then it rains. Yeah, then it's it's going to rain.
So then all of a sudden you see the dog's head perk up and his tail starts wagging. And
Here comes the man.
Oh, yay, the man's back. No, it's a woman in a wheelchair, and they
connect
eyes, and the dog goes straight to her and jumps on her. And it says, organ donation saves lives.
Yeah.
I need to donate my organs now.
I know, yeah. And so Betty's crying, I'm crying. Gavin was the surprise on that one.
Gavin
as the dog
crying,
owner.
yeah.
Gavin had to remove glasses.
Dog stuff gets me these days. I'll watch something. There's a music video out there too where I think there's this old guy who delivers mail, but in his basket is a dog with him. But then that guy passes away, and the dog is resting on his grave.
Oh,
Another guy who takes over the job picks up the dog. They still deliver mail because it's the dog's job too. And then that dog gets old. And that dog passes.
No!
And there's a little grave next to the old man's grave.
Oh my God.
That one I watched with Haley too, and we just
stop.
A video
snot
for
everywhere.
what?
It's a music video.
Music video for who?
Louis Capaldi, I think is his name. It's no one that
Is it
will ever
country?
play.
Is it?
No, he's like a folky guy.
Really?
Look it up. It's
I don't want to.
No,
Yeah.
a couple days from now. Do it on Saturday.
Yeah.
That one's
when
a
you're healthier.
tearjerker. Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad.
Today was emotional.
That
Have
was
you
how we
ever?
started.
Have you ever? There's a country song called "Feed Jake." Have you heard of that?
I've heard you talk about it.
Yeah. His dog.
He's like, he's been a good dog, my best friend through it all. And if I die before I wake,
I don't think country's sad.
Jake, yeah.
Country's not sad. I feel like country makes me laugh.
And there's one done by Chris Stapleton, and I think it's called Maggie Run.
Oh, no way.
And it's about them finding a puppy in a Walmart parking lot or something, and they adopt her. And then, at the end, he's like, "Run as far as you can," or something.
Because she's dead. Oh, so emotional today.
Maggie, run.
It's been one of those days.
We're all in our feels.
I know, and I've only seen Betty Rock cry a few times in the 16 years that I've known her, and so today was one. A few months ago was another one. So I don't know what's going on with her. What?
With Logan and Emily.
Oh yeah.
And so we both cried on that one.
Yeah.
So let's get on to some of the other stuff here.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't want to live in that space any longer. We were talking about this the other day, and I was on this radio person format, forum thing, and I saw somebody asking this question. It said, Home Alone is not a Christmas movie. We talked about this yesterday, and it's like, prove me wrong. And he said people got so passionate about this one way or the other. I still contend Home Alone is not a Christmas movie. It happens at Christmas, but it has nothing to do with Christmas.
I would admit to that. Like, one of my favorite movies is a Sandra Bullock movie, I think from 1995, While You Were Sleeping.
Oh, it's so good.
So good. And it happens during Christmas. Like, they're celebrating Christmas and all that. But I wouldn't say it's a Christmas movie.
No,
per
I wouldn't
se.
either. But that's one of my favorites, actually.
Yeah. I think you're talking like Christmas.
Some people ask when you fell in love.
And I say it was
While You Were Sleeping.
Because it's a Christmas movie, and then there's winter movies.
Right,
These two movies, you could make the argument that they are straight up like winter movies. But when I want to watch a winter movie, I want it to, like, I watch it in the Christmas season,
right,
per se. So I feel like in that realm, I still in my head think of it as a Christmas movie.
Right. But like Rudolph is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
You know, no doubt about it. It's got Santa in it, you know. Elf, a Christmas movie. But this one, I don't believe that is a Christmas movie at all. Die Hard, debatable. But I'm going to say no, because it's just an action movie that takes place at Christmas.
Yeah.
So that's another one. There's trouble in the music world for the band Hall and Oates. Daryl Hall is accusing his longtime music partner John Oates of committing the ultimate partnership betrayal as he plans to sell his half of the duo's joint venture. So they both have 50% stake in Daryl Hall and John Oates, and so he wants to sell his and make money off of it. And Daryl Hall was in court arguing this. I would have loved to have heard him use like some of the titles of his own songs as he argued this. Like, he created the ultimate partnership betrayal, and I can't go for that. No can do. That would have been so awesome. Or like, I hate that it's gotten to this point, but I have to enlist the help of private eyes. They're watching you. Like, that would make that so viral and so great. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so they're fighting it out. Apparently, it's like who gets to make decisions over like assets and royalties and name and likeness and all that stuff. So he's like kind of bent about that, because then he can lose control and he could be on a coffee mug that he doesn't want to be on.
Well, and it's sad that your whole career, you're tied now. It's like a marriage. You're tied to someone that it sounds like you can't stand.
Yeah, that's the tough part about like working in partnerships for any length of time. My longest partnership up until here was 8 years, and it ended so badly, back then. And since like we reconciled and everything's good now, but it was really a sad end to a really good partnership. Like, we were really good on the air together as a team. But then flash forward to coming here and doing this and meeting Betty. And the reality is Betty has been with me longer than any other radio partner I've ever had.
Double,
yeah, 16 years, which is crazy. And I still like her. And woo! This line, please. Oh. I still like him.
Oh. Okay, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, like coming to work doesn't feel like a chore like it did. And so that is hard when you work with somebody, and especially like in our job, you can't just disappear to another office and,
there are times you want to.
Sure, for sure. But like, you can't just do that, and you have to come in here and sit here and look each other in the eye and talk. And even if you've had a disagreement, you still have to keep pushing through that. It's not like you can just avoid somebody the rest of the day like in a normal job,
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Anyway,
I wish they should tell you that, if you're thinking about going into radio, they should say it's going to feel like a marriage.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That people talk about it like, oh, my radio wife or my radio husband and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, like, you think about it, next to my wife and maybe my daughter, I think I probably know more about you than any other person in my life.
What about Gregor Bear?
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot about Greg,
Cracker
obviously,
Bears.
as friends, but I think I know more about you just because of the amount of years, and the fact that I care.
The years.
She can't tell you the color of my eyes, but the years and the years. What do you got, Rock?
I've got some sad news. I had been hoping. I know. Usually it's him going, and they all died. Yucca, yucca, yucca. Here comes Betty. So I'm sorry that I'm boring you.
No, sorry, I'm tired. I've hit my wall all of a sudden, and I don't know why. I haven't had much to eat today, and no sugar, and I'm like,
all Pop-Tart.
yeah, but that already ran through my body. Like my body consumes sugar.
Ran through,
No, not like that. Not like that. Just my body consumes sugar really fast.
We do always get back to the office, and it's just the first thing you hear is unwrapping candy.
Oh, yeah, because I have a drawer full of candy that I go to.
All right, so the sad news, the Golden Bachelor, I had always thought it was wholesome, like old people trying to find love again.
Yes.
But according to a news article, that's not the case.
No, okay, real quick, let's set this up a little bit. Golden Bachelor, he was Jerry and lost his wife, and then they did the whole Bachelor thing, like the TV show, and they're trying to find him a lady of his age to settle down with. And he comes across as like super nice.
Yeah.
He's a little creepy in how he says things to me. Like the way he talks is like
that's just you.
Like it's like a Muppet. Like honestly, hey there. I just really think that we could be a great couple.
Stop it. I thought he was sweet.
I love the way that
let me
shines off your hair.
Let me take it from here.
Okay.
So yes, he lost his wife of 43 years just 1 month after they moved into their dream retirement home. And you think, well, bless his heart. He's got 2 daughters. No, he's got 2 daughters living on his own. That's what we thought. Well, the show describes him as a retired restaurateur.
Okay.
And that he hung up his career in 2006 at the age of 55.
Oh.
That's
old.
That's kind of true, but not really true. The truth is, the last time he owned a restaurant was in 1985.
Oh.
And he's had several jobs since then. So he hasn't worked in the restaurant business.
Okay.
But he's worked as like a maintenance guy for a mental health facility.
Okay, so far nothing nefarious.
No, nothing nefarious. But now it's going to get nefarious.
Oh, for this guy.
Sign me up. I'm
Jerry,
here for it.
What is Jerry doing?
I really wish you wouldn't drag my name through the mud like this.
Okay, so the show claims, and he claims, that he hasn't dated anyone in 45 years because, he's faithful
Lost the
to
love
his
of
wife.
his wife. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But during his maintenance gig that he had, he met a woman whom he dated for almost 3 years.
Okay.
And you're thinking, okay, well, he deserves
Not a big
that.
deal. Yeah.
Well, the relationship started about a month after his wife passed.
Oh.
Do we say that's too soon? I do.
Before you judge me, I like to love, and I'm built for love, and I just needed love. I missed my wife so much.
But a month?
Yeah.
I wonder what
pretty
his
quick.
daughters thought about that.
That's quick. And then you're like, did you know this person beforehand?
Yeah.
And, you
yeah.
know.
He met her on the job, like as the maintenance guy at that mental health center.
Yeah. Oh,
Guess she was a nurse, hopefully.
Oh, okay. Yeah, patient.
Yeah, hopefully a nurse. But anyways, so you're thinking, they dated for 3 years. Well, what happened to their relationship? I'm so glad you asked. They broke up in 2019 because he told her she was too fat.
Ah, Jerry!
Are you kidding me?
Standing your ground.
No! So here's what was going to happen. He was going to go to his high school reunion.
Yeah.
But she says she gained about 10 pounds.
Which that
And
means
he
20.
No.
Yes,
Stop.
everyone underinflates their weight gain. I do it, women do it, everybody does it.
Well, she says she gained only 10 pounds and he called her too fat. And it doesn't stop there.
Really?
No. So it turns out that they were
I'd
living.
just like to say that she was pleasantly plump.
So it turns out they were living together and he was like, listen, you're too fat. We're breaking up. You got to get out. So while she's packing her stuff and moving out, she falls down a flight of stairs
He pushed her.
and ends up needing foot surgery.
Okay.
even then, he wouldn't let her stay any longer and made her go and get a hotel room.
Oh, I think she did that on purpose.
Broke her foot on purpose?
Yep, I think it was desperate. Yeah. Because Jerry's a catch. I think she did that on purpose.
I like your commitment to
Jerry.
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't like Jerry anymore.
Yeah, and none of this stuff is horrible. Like, he didn't murder anybody.
Yeah, but he painted a picture of himself that he was like this, like he was like the grandpa from Up.
Right, and it's not. And that's what they sold you on the show, which is the problem, you know.
To call a woman too fat?
Now, did he actually say, hey, you're too fat, or was he like, hey...
I don't know.
Yeah,
that's according to this
thing.
article.
Very rarely does anybody say, hey, you're too fat.
Wait a minute. When is it that you justify...
What?
the things that you read on the internet? If anything, you're like, take it for what it is.
Yeah.
And even I have said before in the past, well, we don't know all the facts.
Sure.
I don't care.
Yeah, I know. Well, then we've switched roles. That's what's happening right here. I'm just giving you the devil's advocate. I mean, yeah. Now, did he say? Okay, brings up a good point. Here you go. Do you have the right to say? Let's say you're in a relationship. Let's say you're married. Do you have the right to say to someone, "Hey, I am not a fan of the way you have chosen to let yourself go, or chosen to not take care of yourself"? Is it fair to say that to someone that you love?
I think it is fair, and it should be coming from the person that you've married. Who, if not them, who can it come from?
Right.
But there should be a loving, respectful relationship underneath that, and that they're looking out for your best interest. They shouldn't deliver it sharply, like, hey, you're fat. Hey, I hate the way you look right now.
Don't throw peanuts at her.
Yeah, don't do that. But there is a soft, kind way of saying, let's do this together.
Yeah. I mean, well, usually that's the safest way to do it. Is like, hey, I've noticed I've put on a few pounds here. I don't like the way my shirts fit. Would you like to go work out with me? I'd love that if you'd love to.
It's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah.
Have you both tried this?
I think we both at different times. Well, no, in my relationship, there's been times where my wife has said, yeah, I think we both put on a little bit of weight. And there's times when I've said it too. And been like, hey, we should probably do something. And then we go, you know what? Let's talk it over ice cream. And then we both decide to just let ourselves
Have
go.
you ever been offended when she's brought it up about you?
No, not really. Because I mean, I know it, obviously, you know.
Has she ever been offended when you brought it up?
Probably, like more so, like, I don't know if it's offended, but just more so
disappointed.
Maybe
it's hard to receive it well.
Yeah, maybe hurt or that because she would know it was true, but you don't want to always hear it, you know, kind of thing. But we have a really, honest relationship and stuff for the most part. So, I can't think of a time where like. There was one time I'm trying to remember the specifics, but there was one time I know I said something like I didn't couch it enough, and she was like, "Wow, babe," I'm like, "Oh, sorry." But and speaking of that, no. All right.
All that to say, I'm not watching The Golden Bachelor.
I want to watch just the finale because, I mean, honestly, so many of these shows, like the 90 Day Fiancé, for example, my wife and I.
on the TV
Twice of Love in a Lifetime. There's still a Golden Rose.
Finally found the love of a lifetime.
Wow. Okay, so this is the finale. When is it? Tonight.
Do you think he got hair plugs?
No, I don't.
No, guys' hair usually sticks around.
You think
like it's not about like the whole hair, everything sticking around, but just enough.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's tonight. Okay. Because, like, my wife the other day, we were talking about 90 Day Fiancé, and it's gotten so confusing. They have so many spin-offs of it.
I can't keep track.
I don't know which one is which. Then there's one on our TV that's not saving it as that name of it that it actually is. It's saving it as the name of another version of that somehow on my YouTube TV. So it makes it even more confusing. But she was like, no, we can't watch this one.
That doesn't keep him from not watching.
I figured out. She was like, no, we can't watch this one. We haven't seen this one. We've got to see this one first because I was already on the second one. And I'm like, honey, it's not going to matter. Like, there's not that much depth here that we can't put 2 and 2 together and figure out where we're at, And so she was like, no, I want to see it. Like, So I had to go through it and find it. But, like, I've found that the more I watch shows like that or The Golden Bachelor, you really only need a couple episodes versus getting your whole life entrenched in it. You just don't need that because they stretch everything out and it's the same, little different, same, little different. And so you just need to hit the highlights.
I've also found, too, that those shows are a lot more fun to watch with people.
For sure.
When you're watching them by yourself, you're like,
Yeah.
But when you're...
It's more draining, like by yourself.
Yeah, unless there's really something crazy happening in the storyline.
No, I totally get that. I totally get that. So, Betty, you know how I'm very skeptical about Christian movies, at least the ones I'm not in.
Of course.
So I got invited to see the movie Journey to Bethlehem, which is a musical about the birth of Christ. So right there, flags go up. I know, right? That's what I thought. But then I started thinking, they turned the story of Alexander Hamilton into a hit musical. So why not the story of Jesus? It should be better, right? Yeah. So I go to an advanced screening of the movie Journey to Bethlehem. And I have to tell you, at first I was like, when they started off singing right out of the gate, I'm like, uh-oh, here we go. And I really, as I leaned into it and went with it, I'm like, man, this is actually really good. I really enjoyed it. If you loved High School Musical, Camp Rock, Glee, you and your family will love it because the guy who did a lot of the music for those shows, Adam Anders, directed and did all the music for Journey to Bethlehem.
Oh,
we're
all in this together.
We'll be singing the songs from Journey to Bethlehem like that too. The movie stars Antonio Banderas as Herod, and I gotta tell you, Joel Smallbone plays his son, and he holds his own with him scene for scene. He was amazing.
I wonder why they didn't ask you to be in it.
I don't know. Maybe because we're all in this together. That's why. Now I see it.
That's it.
So if you want to check out the movie or learn more about it, it's journeytobethlehemmovie.com. What do you got for birthdays?
Well, we don't have any birthdays, but we do have a question from Cora. And Cora asked a very important question.
Oh, yeah.
What is the most recent thing that made you feel angry?
A bag of chocolate-covered pretzels, dark chocolate-covered pretzels.
What? Really?
I love
those.
Expand on that.
They're my favorite, and I pulled them out of my bag to eat, and I've been looking forward to them. But apparently, we'd left my bag in the car, and they all melted together. And I was like, "Dadgummit!" Because I so wanted those, and I instantly was mad.
That's valid.
I dropped something. I was just trying to move something just so I could cut something on my chop saw yesterday, like just the simplest thing, and I dropped something off of it, a socket wrench, and then the socket, of course, hits and lands perfectly and then rolls to the farthest part underneath this cabinet that I have where I can't get it. I'm like, dadgummit! Like, it's my wife hears me in the garage more going, dadgummit! Like, that's my go-to. And then I almost killed her the other day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So mad.
We were getting, no, I wasn't because I was mad. We were getting Christmas decorations out, and I had this real heavy box of Christmas lights. And she asked if she wanted my help. And I'm like, no, I got it. Don't worry about it. Just stay out of the way in case I drop it. And so it's coming off of the thing, and I've got a bad shoulder, and my bad shoulder just gives way. And this thing swings down, and she had stepped in to try to help, and it almost caught her in the face.
Well, Home Alone stuff right there.
Yeah, very much so. And I got so mad, not at her, but I was mad that I lost control of my arm and it almost hit her. And I dropped a swear, in the midst of that. Yeah, and it's like
$1 in a jar.
Probably 4, 4 or 5. But yeah, so like I almost hit her in the face with that, and yeah, that would not have been
bad look.
So a couple little things.
Yeah. Mine most recent was
Please tell me.
Was yesterday.
Yeah.
So, and Gavin even brought it up. He's like, "Oh, you seem in a better mood."
Yeah, you were so mad out of
yesterday,
nowhere.
like I was fine, but all of a sudden something just, and then I was like,
because she had to walk away and go walk up and down the stairs. But you always get on me about like my snap reactions. But then when I saw it in you, I'm like, oh wow, what is this delightful? Tell me.
Honestly, I don't know if it was just hormones raging or something, but
help us.
No.
Gavin and I both pull out our calendars.
It should. That's the thing. I don't think it. That's what's weird. It just all of a sudden hit me where I was just angry.
Yeah.
But what it was is we have trash cans out here in the middle area.
It's trash cans? I thought it was had
Listen
like
to me.
Adobe.
Yours was,
No.
well, that too.
I thought
that
it was your
started
Adobe.
it.
Well,
Okay, that started
just
it.
to reference, whenever like tech doesn't work for Betty, this is something you'll hear. Like any of us here is just that.
Yeah. Oh, watch your phone. Watch out.
I know it's just the back. I've got a case on, but like
But
she
yeah, I
slams
get
her,
really angry
she slams
and I
her
just
mouse.
slams the mouse.
Yes.
Yeah. So that started it. Yes, my Adobe is acting stupid and that made me angry. So then I go out to like make my breakfast or whatever and somebody, I don't know who, but the lids on the trash cans we have are the type where you put it in and it swings back and forth, okay?
Yeah.
And so if you put it just right underneath the fire extinguisher, the thing doesn't go, okay? So I'm trying to put my trash in, but the door won't swing because the fire hydrant is blocking it.
And this is
it
a
happens
trash
all
can.
the time, and I don't want to touch it.
It's a trash can that you literally would have to turn about
No, because I'm always having
like
to turn
6
it.
inches.
I'm getting hot and sweaty over this. It's just, it makes me angry.
There is somebody who puts that trash, because I think we all do it. Like somebody puts that trash can in the worst possible place.
Yes.
Yeah, you just it's
Just
1
move
inch.
it.
It's 1 inch this
It's
way.
not hard. And then I go like to the bathroom and the thing is too far up against the wall. So now it won't swing because it keeps hitting the wall. So what I
So
do
you're having trash
to help
issue.
alleviate my anger issues is I have found if I go up and down the stairs a couple of times, like on the other side of the building, it somehow works out that anger within me so that I don't explode on you or Gavin.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
So-
As she has pointed out multiple times about my stuff, and I have pointed out multiple times that she is more like me than she likes
No,
to
I'm not.
admit. You're so
No,
like
I'm
me.
not, because you get angry over the stupidest things. And
Yeah, that
was
trash
legit.
can is totally legit. It is funny, like the things I don't get angry about, like that you would, or vice versa. You know, and we never understand other people's anger. Like we don't fully understand. Like, why is that bothering you so much? Like, there's things my wife does, and I'm like, why is that a big deal?
I'll tell you one thing that, there are odd things that will set me off. One of them being loud mufflers on cars.
I know that.
I don't even need to start with that. But another thing that makes me super angry, and I wish companies would understand this because it makes me not want to buy their product, is when I go online, get on YouTube to look up something, and they're like, here's a 5-second video. I know it's 5 seconds, but I don't want to see whatever it is you're trying to sell me.
Yeah.
And then I'll go even further than that. Hulu, I have a Hulu subscription, but it's with the ads. They're doing this dumb thing now where they're like, which ad would you like to see? And you have to choose one,
I've
and
seen that.
then it starts the countdown.
You're like, this is so annoying.
Like, are you kidding me?
I don't watch
What if
much-
I don't
yeah.
choose one?
I have Hulu as well, and I try not to watch it because of that. Like, and when Hulu does ads, they're like 6-minute ads that you can't.
They never
skip.
forget. Now, Netflix is good.
Yeah.
I have their ad subscription as well, but sometimes they won't do as many ads, or it'll be like 15 seconds and then it's done.
Yeah, my
but
YouTube
Hulu,
TV is good too.
Hulu is in it to win it. Like they're like 1:30 every single time.
Yeah, like they've shortened the ads, so you'll get like 6 ads in that time. It's insane. So yeah, I try not to do Hulu at all. Yeah. Gavin, what made you mad? Because you're pretty even keeled.
Oh, I know, but it's one thing, one man, one dog.
Jasper.
It's just Jasper.
Oh man, Jasper's the only thing in your life that.
What did he do?
The funny thing is, that's the one thing you could probably alleviate.
I probably could solve said issue.
Oh, yeah, you could.
That's so sweet.
No, he's my boy.
Oh no, Jasper got out.
I don't have the heart for that.
What happened?
Oh no, Jasper's hit by my car.
He's no. I could. Whoa.
Oh no, Jasper.
Stop! I want to hear
himself
what
on
he
his
did.
leash.
Stop! I want to hear what he did.
Oh no, he ate chocolate.
What did he do, guys? What did Jasper do?
He's just on a book destroying kick right now. So like we'll get home and just like in the living room, well, one time in the guest room, it started over Thanksgiving where he like busted his way into the room that my cousin was staying in, and he like tore apart her library book.
Oh.
Just totally
Just
out of nowhere.
because.
And then a couple of days ago I got home and there was just a book in the middle of the living room, just like torn to shreds by him. Not eaten, nothing like that, just pulled apart.
Yeah.
And so this happened to a friend of mine when they visited 4 months ago. So it's just this little.
Do you not leave toys out for him?
No, we do. So
He just prefers a book.
and then I got home yesterday. I'll probably get home today, and there'll be nothing. It's just I don't know what the answer is to the
It's very
randomness.
destructive.
So, and he's other than that, he's never done something. You know, his only habit is if you get him a soft toy with stuffing in it, his whole thing is just get all the stuffing out. That's just his mission, his goal. It's not to play with it. It's just to finish it off. And so that's why we don't get him soft toys. But then we've got this big bookshelf right by the door. I'm like, you know, the one he tore apart was some silly little modern art book that Haley has. Oh, cool. But
Yeah, you're paying him. Destroy the bad books.
The day he does that to one of my D&D books.
Yeah.
But
He's out of
Disown
here. I will send you to the 7th level of somewhere. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for your Aftercast for today.
Wait,
What?
say it as someone who is
Yeesh.
the president of
can I do it as
Dungeons
Jerry?
and-
Can I do it as Jerry?
Oh, sure.
I like to do it as
Yeah, Jerry.
hey, guys.
Hey, well, you know, we would just like to thank you for being a loyal potty.
You stink, Jerry.
You know, I hear your opinion of me.
You called
but-
someone fat.
You misogynistic
Yes.
man.
Yes.
Did you see her? All right, that's going to do it for your Aftercast.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.